Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tea with JoJo. I want to get this off my chest. I regret getting married. I am 29 years old and I regret getting married to my wife. We've known each other since I was 15 and we only started getting serious when I was 19. She's my only real relationship and I was her second serious relationship. I had previous almost relationships that lasted about 2 weeks and I always self-sabotaged them by being insecure or immature. So when we started dating, I told myself I would not let myself sabotage this relationship and I stuck with her even when I had the itch to just blow up because she might have taken too long to text back. Our early relationship was great and we would joke and have fun together but also fight about stupid things. I always forgive or apologize after every fight and we will go back to being our old selves in a day. Looking back, I should have realized that some of these were toxic on both sides. We got engaged after I finished my degree and I found a job that paid enough. When we got engaged, she said that we should stop having sex to make the wedding night better, which I accepted out of fear she might think that I value sex so much. Well, COVID happened and we couldn't get married with the restrictions, and instead of doing something small, we waited it out. All this time we were waiting, we weren't having sex. This was about a year and a half. I would self-gratify. I would watch porn and I think this made me a little bit addicted to porn. My wife is conservative, so obviously I never told her about the porn, but she knew that I pleasured myself. We got married and only then we moved in together. Being that she's very conservative and had religious values instilled by her parents. This is where I started to get unhappy because living together was not like I expected. It was difficult, and I admit I was spoiled by my parents when I was living with them, so I wasn't as active with household chores as I should have been. I got better and better with that, and the roles have been reserved where I do majority of the housework. Our sex life never recovered after we went on that initial pause, and we would have sex maybe, let's say, twice or once in a month. I tried to initiate, but she shut it down by giving silly excuses. To a certain degree, I understand and I did not push her because she had hormonal problems from the birth control which she was on, and I read that it lowers the sex drive. But I feel like a creep and disgusting every time I initiate it and I get shut down. We've been married for almost 3 years now and she has gotten worse. After work, she comes home and sleeps until late afternoon. She doesn't make dinner, she barely does the chores around the house while I have to work and do all these things. We've had a lot of arguments about it and I had expressed about her laziness, which is upsetting me, and it always ends with me apologizing for being mean to her and a mutual agreement for us to both do better, which never happened. But for the real confession, this last month I have been emotionally cheating on her with a woman online. She lives in another country, another continent, so I will never meet up with her in real life. I feel very little guilt about it and it's honestly getting me through the days. She knows I am married and I know a lot about her personal life too. We are heavily invested in each other's lives and she honestly gives me so much confidence. And no, this is not a catfish account, we have video chat. I don't want a divorce, purely because I think it will ruin her life since all our major life decisions were made with us being married in mind. So I feel like she could have gotten a better job or studied something else or made other choices in life to put her in better position than just being the secondary income in our marriage. She could have been successful in another field if we did not end up together, and she knew she would have to support herself on her own. Also, she's been diagnosed with depression and has in the past said she thinks she would kill herself if I left her. I am not perfect in the relationship, as my last confession proves, though I do believe I still put in more effort than her. Marriage is work. It's not a bed of roses. So the both of you need to put in the work. It's just as simple as that. I think you need to have a honest conversation with your wife. You guys are not being honest with each other. You just quarrel and say, okay, I'm sorry, and then move on from there. No, that's not going to solve it. You need to be intentional. I think you guys can still work on it. I mean, the grass is only greener when you water it. So put in the work. Or what do you guys think? And don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section, like and share this video.